Greetings and welcome to another presentation here from SW Unlimited, your home for adaptive technology products and services. Yes, again, my name is Sherlock, and it's a pleasure to be speaking with you today. And we are going to kind of carry on with the story as to where we left off in our last opportunity, in our last broadcast. Now, as I recall that we had just finished high school, and we had then chosen the school of choice, which was Rider University. And I was just going to basically conclude by letting you guys know what my college years were all about. So I did choose that profession of computer science. And my first semester there at Rider, we absolutely had some challenges, but those challenges in which we were able to overcome. Now, I had one professor who was responsible, I guess, for kind of helping me through the balance of my college years. He was a gentleman that was, a professor that was in the basic computer programming class, and he had been showing some charts and graphs and things of that nature and formulas on the board. And I had approached him to let him know that I was in his course, and I'm someone who is blind, of course, and that I needed to see how we can best get his notes so that I can go back and study all the wonderful work that he had done. And one of the problems that I had was I couldn't follow what he was kind of pointing to on the board. Of course, I was recording everything, but when he was telling me, you take this equation here and you plug it into this one, or you take this formula and you plug it into this, that really truly made no sense. If I went back to my dorm room and I went back through my recording, it was like sitting through the classroom all over again. So I was still getting nothing from it. So I'd approach and I said, would you be able to be a little bit more descriptive so that when I'm going back over this information, I can follow along a little bit better? And he had proceeded to tell me that this is the way that he was able to teach, and that he's been teaching this way for such a very long period of time, and this is the only way that he knows how to teach. So I was a little disheartened that this was, his viewpoint on this. So what I did was I went to the dean of students and I spoke with him, and he said, "Look, Sherlock, you come back in a couple weeks, and I'm going to have a chat with him, and you just let me know how things are coming along in the class." Well, a number of weeks later, I go into class and everything seems to be so much better. He's being so descriptive, and next thing you know, I'm knowing exactly, the color of his tie and all the other things that needed to be done with it. So that true lesson is to say that sometimes we are faced with opposition and obstacles, but it's truly up to us to see what the best way that we can try to resolve those particular situations for. So that worked out great. He did have some information for me at the end of the course. He said, "Sherlock, look, you're going to pass this class, but I'd like to share some or give you some advice." So of course, me being the polite person that I am, I said, "Sure. What would you like to share with me? I'd be very interested." So he said that I don't think that a 4-year degree is something that you may really need for what you want to do. I think it'll be easier for you to just go to perhaps a 6-month or a 9-12-month course, and you can get a certificate, and you can perhaps go out and get a programming opportunity that way. But the disappointment with that wonderful bit of information was that was not what my goal was. I was there to get a 4-year degree in computer science, and here is someone telling me now that I will not be able to succeed in that particular position. But it is what it is, and we were able to overcome that. I went back, spoke with some folks, and they had really encouraged me, and I think encouragement is the major piece. When someone tells you what your capabilities are, sometimes we forget what we are capable of doing. And then when people remind us as to the true challenges that we had faced and we had overcome, that's what happens. So that is truly what you call the unveiling, just like my thing, just truly the unveiling. So after we had finished all of this, 4 years later, I was very happy to have graduated, and I was on the front page of the school newspaper holding my college diploma on high. And I knew wherever this professor was, he should go back and reflect on the advice in which he had given me. And that advice truly was um, really inspirational to get me encouraged to finish my college career and do very well. So my first job after getting out of school, well, sending out a lot of resumes all over the place and not being very successful. But then I did get a few nibbles where people called in, said that we saw your resume, we'd like you to have you come in and do an interview. And once going in for the interview, I should first tell you when we are on the telephone and somebody says that they saw all of my resume and the cover letters and everything looks great, they're ready to come in. The decision that needed to be made at that time was, do I tell them that I'm blind, or do I just show up and then we just take it from there? Well, my first thought was, let's just tell them on the phone, so this way they are not shocked or surprised or whatever the case is, and then we could just set up for an appointment. Well, as soon as I told the gentleman who called and asked me to come in for an interview, when I said to him that I was blind, first he just did this long pause, and at first I thought that the phone must have disconnected. And then he said, "Oh, no, no, I'm still here. I just wanted to say thank you first and foremost for letting us know that you are someone that has a vision condition." That's what he had said at the time. And I needed to reach out to several other individuals that would be interviewing you. So once I get those individuals together and we get a date and time, we're going to call you and have you come in. Now, do you guys feel that I ever got that call? No, that call never came. So I had to decide as to how I was going to proceed ahead. And then for the next opportunity, I never told them until I was there in the lobby. And then the receptionist got the person and he came out and he's like, "You didn't share that you were visually challenged, that you were someone with a vision issue." And I said to him, "You know, that I was blind." And then he's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, it's blind." So we went and we sat in his office, and the only thing that he was able to fixate on was, well, how would you get to work every day? And then after, of course, I'm thinking in my head, look, I'm sitting in front of you right now. How do you think that I got here today? So this is how I'm going to get here every day. And I think that there's so many challenges and concerns that people have, but we were very successful in finding one person. His name was Joe, and he had a computer company called BIOS International. He was interested in seeing what he could do to try to get some blind and visually impaired individuals or individuals with vision loss employment opportunity. So he had called me up, said that he was wanting me to come in and speak with the sales manager. I came, spoke with the sales manager, and that was my first job. And it wasn't something that I was looking to do. I was getting, I received a degree in computer science, not in computer sales. So I was extremely nervous about taking on this opportunity and actually having to speak to people and convincing them that I had the best products that they would be able to benefit from for their clients or customers or whatever the case is. So they gave me about 80 or so individuals after started working for them, or 100 people, I should say, that used to work for this or buy products from this company that I was dealing with. And for one reason or another, they stopped purchasing products from them. And I was able, after several months, to get about I would say 80 of those 100 people to start buying back or coming back and doing business with this company. So I knew this was truly my destiny to work in computer sales and to help people with computer products and services. So I think that this kind of concludes our little segment for this particular moment in time. So when we come back again, hopefully that we'll be able to continue on and just give you some information as to how we got SW Unlimited off the ground. So again, I just thank you for joining me today. It was a pleasure being able to share a bit of my history and little background with you. I look forward to doing it again. So you take care and be well and have a prosperous day.